Hi there, naturalist Leisha Johnson with the North Lakeland Discovery Center here with our Discover at Home series, our free nature series that we're offering to folks to keep you connected to the natural world. This week we're looking at monarch butterfly tagging. Monarch butterfly tagging is a citizen science project that anyone can do, and this time of year is perfect for this activity as monarchs that are coming out of their chrysalis this time of year are the ones that actually will migrate down to Mexico for the winter and live for about 9 months, where other butterflies open during the summer will only live about 2 weeks. So let's see what this monitoring program is all about and how one actually tags a monarch butterfly. All right, so to begin the tagging process, we have a data sheet that was provided for us by Monarch Watch, and a sheet of several different little tags. They're basically tiny little stickers, and on each one there is a website and a code, and each butterfly gets its own tag, and that code is unique to that particular sticker. So the data sheet, we fill in our information here at the Discovery Center because that's where we're doing the tagging of the monarchs. And then we put down the code of each butterfly that we tag, the month, date, and year, whether it was a male or female, and this R&W stands for reared or wild. So do we rear it inside, which means you raised it inside, or was it a wild butterfly that was captured and then tagged? And you can see we had done some later in August and a couple last week here in September, and these were all reared here at the Discovery Center. We'll then fill in the Discovery Center's information here because that is where they've been released. So as we raise monarchs throughout the summer here at the Discovery Center, we had our very first one come out on July 10th, and so far this is our male to female ratio of butterflies we've released. So it's almost equal, which is kind of fun. Some years it's more males, some years it's more females, but this year we are pretty equal. So we like to keep track of what we've raised and what we've released here. Okay. So here we've got 2 monarchs, our last 2 that have emerged out and need to be tagged and released. So these will be the butterflies that will now fly down to Mexico. And we tag them as part of a citizen science project to help track their success rate and how quickly they go down to Mexico for the winter season. And when we're tagging these butterflies, you can see it's a beautiful monarch butterfly. One of the things we do need to do, if you remember from the data sheet, is tell if it's a male or female. How you do that is you look at these back wings. If it has 2 black dots, it is a male. Those are scent glands that attract females. So this is a male. So we'll need to write that on our data sheet. So our next tag is ABTU657, and it's going to go on this male. So I'm going to write that on our data sheet, ABTU657, and today's date is 9/15/20. This is a male that we've reared. So now our data sheet is filled out for this particular butterfly. Our next step is to attach the tag to the butterfly's wing. We simply do that by removing the tag off of the sheet here. Double check that it's the right one. It looks like it's correct. And then we carefully place it on what we call the discal cell of the back wing. Just kind of tap it on there. So now our monarch is tagged and ready to be released. All right, so now when we're ready to release our butterfly, you just simply put out a palm of your hand, set the butterfly down, and this one is pretty ready to go, so I bet he'll fly off pretty quick. Let's see if he leaves. You can see those scent glands on the back of the wing there. And so these monarchs will spend several months, usually by November, they make it down to Mexico to hang in the Oyamel fir forests up in a very northern part of a mountain range in central Mexico, where they will remain hanging all winter long. About March, they will actually start flying north. Their reproductive glands, or reproductive organs will grow, and they will mate, lay eggs, and die, usually around Louisiana. Then that next generation, they come out, they become adult butterflies, they'll mate, lay eggs, and die, and then they start to move north. And it's usually that 3rd generation that comes back here in the spring.
give you an idea of what that migration looks like, here's a map from Monarch Watch that shows the migration patterns of our east and west coast monarch butterflies. You can see that in the east coast, they head down to Mexico. In the far east, they sometimes will make their way to Florida. Pretty amazing journey.
All right, so when you handle our butterflies or handle a butterfly, I just kind of carefully work their feet. They do have these two tiny little toe-like structures that attach and grab, which is how they can hold on to things. But when you hold on to a butterfly's wings, the easiest way and the safest way for the butterfly is to pinch the two top wings here, nice and firm. You don't ever want to like rip their legs or anything like that or pinch them too hard, but you just pinch the wings like this. Now, a lot of people think, you know, you can't touch butterfly wings because this powder will come off and they won't be able to fly. Butterfly wings are made up of thousands and thousands of these overlaying scales. So these are actually pretty tough. Moths tend to have the more powdery wings that you might feel or see. But these wings are actually pretty tough. And if you can think about, you know, you need to be tough. If you're flying 2,500 miles down to Mexico, you can't be wimpy and have a little something rip your wing. They're very, very tough critters, and their wings are pretty strong. So this is the proper way to hold a butterfly if you're doing this activity. So now we'll attach the tag to this butterfly. Attach our tag to the discal cell of this butterfly's wing. And let's take a quick look to see if we have a male or female here. And if you don't see any spots, we have a female, which it appears to be. So we've got a female that we're going to release next. Before we go, I wanted to show you this map for their spring migration. You can see they work their way north, and so the monarchs that leave us this year will not be the monarchs we see next spring, but maybe their great-grandchildren will be the monarch butterflies that we see usually towards the end of May next spring. So look for those next year as they make their way back north. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Discover at Home. For more information on the Discovery Center, how to support us and upcoming programs, please visit www.discoverycenter.net. Thanks again, and we hope to see you next time.